Hello, fellow yogi. Derek here with Denver Yoga Underground. Question for us to consider: how do I know if yoga teacher training is for me? Now, it's not uncommon for people to ponder this question really for years. In my own experience, I was in 1995, I was living in a teepee with some friends, and they would go off in the day and down the road and do yoga teacher training, and I got to stow away a bit here or there and participate, and it was lit up and said, today, or not today, but one day, this will be me. I will take this program. And fast forward 2001, 6 years later, it happened. And that's okay. That's how long it took for me to kind of reckon with or come to peace or the circumstances or grace, or to feel embodied enough as a student that it was time. And it was a remarkable experience, and I loved it, and it was timely in so many ways. And people tend to do YTT for one of three reasons. One, principally, they want to just deepen their practice. Okay? And if that's you, you might consider that YTT isn't your only option. You could go further with workshops or retreats or residential facilities where you can, ashram type of environment where you can fully embody the practice more fully. That's an important part. Being a student is centermost. Whether you teach or not is most essential. And another category of folks are people who actively want to teach. And this tends to be a little bit more the exception than the rule, but there are those people that really have a fire in them, that they've received so much benefit and they're very eager to then go on and share that with others. Now, there's a kernel of experience and offering here is that if you're relying on this to be your sole means of income right out from the gate, I would just caution against that. There is like entering any new trade or profession, there's a learning curve that goes along with, becoming more established and building your resume and those sorts of things. It's possible. There's graduates of our own program who've gone on to be full-time pro yoga teachers, but it was, there's a bit of hustle, like any profession in life. That there's some sacrifice and learning and getting more skillful at it. But so that's duly noted and stated. And then this last group is people who are maybe a little ambivalent about teaching. They're like, I'm not sure. I'll see by the time I get to the end of the program, which is, also fine motivation. And sometimes what's underneath that is a bit of insecurity about, whether they're capable or worthy or able to teach. And that's really the job of yoga teacher training, is to hold your hand and give you the skills and challenge you to grow or mature into being a teacher. That should be a stated part of the curriculum. And a good question to ask any YTT that you're considering is like, what is your teaching curriculum? Break that down for me. What does that look like? Because I'm scared. Where I am right now, tell me what this is going to look like. And it should be a dedicated part of the program. And I alluded to this earlier. Whether you go on to teach or not, the most essential dimension or aspect in order for yoga to really actually be effective is your own relationship to being a student. That's the corner. And teaching can enhance that. It kind of puts you on the hook a bit. You're like, damn, I got to be living this stuff as fully as possible if I'm going to stand in front of the room and feel as embodied as possible. So it does provide a bit of motivation. Little aside and caveat is sometimes people take up teaching and then it starts to erode their personal practice and foundation. They rely on the classes that they're supposedly teaching to be their outlet for personal practice, and it can distort the relationship or authentic connection to the deeper spirit of yoga, which is really central. Okay, so some gnawing questions, considerations, reflections. What's more, I'll attach a link to a guide I put together, 12 essential questions to ask any yoga teacher training, and for further reading and resource. All right, friends, blessings on the path. I wish you success in yoga and all things virtuous and dharmic. Peace.